Hello everyone, it's Veronica and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you guys my favorite YA fantasy. So right beside me on my desk, I have a few book series that I want to share with you guys for anyone who loves Percy Jackson, anybody who loves Harry Potter, and just wanting to look for any type of other book series to look into. So these book series I either read recently or like maybe 5 years ago. There's only one series that I read way back when I was in like 4th grade or something. I don't even remember. But these are all something that I would recommend to anybody. And you know, it's just even reading it as like an adult for one of those really nice, relaxing fantasy reads, if they're exciting, like relaxing, I don't even know. But let's start from the beginning. This one is obviously very well recommended and I enjoy it. It is the Shadowhunters series by Cassandra Clare. I would recommend reading every single one of the books. They're so great. My favorite specifically is the Infernal Devices because it's so good. I love it. This is one of my favorite series. I absolutely love it and would recommend it to anybody. I read it was a while ago, and I specifically love, like I said, Infernal Devices. The actual Shadowhunters, this one with the City of Bones, this series, I'm 50-50 on. It's not my favorite. I enjoy it, obviously, but something that I wouldn't pick up as much as I would the Infernal Devices. So I love this series, like every single Shadowhunter story I love, and I'm so happy. I still am waiting for my Chain of Gold book, which is the new series, the Last Hour series, so I don't know when I'll be getting that, but it'll be a while. The next series I got the first book out of because these are actually really thick. It's just like, it's heavy. It is heavy. And I read this, I think, 4th grade. I don't even remember when I actually read it, but it is The Demon King by Cinda Williams Chima. I still don't know how to ever say that. It was featured in my very first long-awaited book haul. This was my favorite series. It deals with fantasy. It's in a fantasy world. It deals with a really princess who's very independent, very fearsome, and she's so strong. Her name is Reza. And she's strong, she's just amazing, and this is in, I think, 4 books, my bad. It is a 4-book series. It was one of my favorites, and I am definitely interested in rereading it because it was fantastic. And all these books have some sort of romance in it. The main focus is not romance at all. It's just one of those minor parts, and it's really enjoyable, and I think The Demon King is probably one of my favorites when I was little. Hopefully when I reread this, I still love it as much as I did. But yeah, it's The Demon King. It is a 7 Realms series, and The Demon King is book 1. The next series, it's a trilogy actually, and this series has gotten mixed reviews. It is the Cruel Prince series, by the way, and it's gotten very mixed reviews. Some people like it, some people hate it. I am on the like side. I love the series, actually. It's one of my favorites, and I read it recently, actually, and I also have the novella, the Modern Fairy Tales, I don't even know. I didn't like the Modern Fairy Tales, I don't know, and I just, yeah, it's not my favorite. But I loved the trilogy. It was great, and Holly Black is coming out with a new book. I'm so excited. I am pumped for that, and I'm actually, yay. I loved the series and enjoyed every second of it, and the covers are straight up gorgeous. It was amazing, and it deals with Jude, who is human living in a fae world. She gets bullied, and she has a twin sister, by the way. But Jude gets bullied, but she's very strong. She's a fighter, and and it's just a great series. It's got a lot of fighting, and just the romance in it is great, and Carden is just my favorite. He's the best. His development, his character development is great. I didn't like him at first, but slowly as the book continues and then into the other two books, he gets so much better. So this was my favorite. I loved it a lot. The next series I read is the Falling Kingdoms series by Morgan Rhodes, and this is the first book, which is Falling Kingdoms. It is 6 books, so I didn't want to bring all of it out, but this was amazing. It also deals with the kingdom and everything, and it deals with Cleo, who loses her kingdom basically, and she has to marry Magnus, who does not like her, so it's another enemies to lovers, and I loved it a lot. The magic, the world building. There, I mixed up, but it was beautiful to read, and I think the character development was also great. The plots and the twists and everything else was fantastic, and it is a multiple point of views, so there's different point of views for different locations, and it is fantastic to read because they're all linking up to each other for like the final point. So it was great. I enjoyed it a lot, and the magic in it, I believe there's magic. It was great, and sometimes there were some like irritating areas, but then I was just like, I really enjoyed this, and I did, and I would recommend it to anybody. It was still my favorite. I read this, I think, when I was in middle school or a freshman. I don't remember, but it was great, and I really enjoyed this. The next series I read was a trilogy, and it is the Young Elites trilogy by Mary Lou. I really enjoy Mary Lou's books. The Young Elites series was fantastic, and it deals with a princess. She has magical powers. She thinks that she has just ordinary magic, but then her magic is like really powerful. And she joins the Young Elites, which is a group of survivors, because these people with magic, they're kind of shunned from society. They basically are made into like slaves, or I don't really know, I don't really remember, but she joins the Young Elites, and she basically is trying to develop and strengthen her powers. It was fantastic, and I really enjoyed reading this. The romance in it, like I said, every book I'm talking about has some type of romance, and it was fantastic in terms of the magic and the way you it's going to be very powerful, but then in the end the power is just so strong, and it's really unexpected. The Young Elite series was one of my favorites. Actually, they're all my favorites, but I really enjoyed this. I really enjoy reading about magic. It's powerful. I very much love reading it because, I don't know, I think it's just the development of the magic that is amazing, and the world building in each of these books, which is here, by the way, is so strong, and it was fantastic to read. I very much enjoyed reading every single one of these books. As like right now, I would enjoy it. I haven't reread these in so long, although the Cruel Prince series I read in the beginning of this year, but everything else I would totally reread. Even the Cruel Prince I would reread. Every book I would reread. But these are great series. I would even read these as an adult because these are a great series, and I would reread them whenever I want. So I've enjoyed all of these books because they're fantastic reads to really get away from the real world, so I really enjoyed them. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching this YA fantasy recommendation. If you guys have read any of these books, comment that down below. I would love to hear what your thoughts were on these books because they're one of my favorites, and Cassandra Clare over here, who's too heavy to carry, but I enjoyed every single one of these books, as I've mentioned multiple times in the video. But what did you guys think? Did you guys read these books? Do you guys want to read these books? Did you guys, if you've read it, did you like it? Did you hate it? Or anything else? I would love to hear what you guys think about this video down in the comments below. And also give this video a thumbs up and hit that red subscribe button for more book content and book recommendations. And I love doing these types of videos because they let me realize how much I love the books I'm recommending, and I would recommend probably every book I read unless I give a reason not to. Thank you guys so much for coming and clicking on this video. If you guys want to see more YA book recommendations, comment that down below. Basically comment anything down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!